More than 2,000 years ago, a weak frontier state became the engine of an empire, and one man made it happen. His laws turned Qin into the strongest state in China. His system unified the country, and in the end, those same laws killed him. This is the story of Shang Yang, the true architect of China's imperial system. In the next few minutes, we'll go back 2,300 years to see how his ideas reshaped China and why they still shock readers around the world. Shang Yang's personal name was Yang. His family name was Gongsun. As a young man, he studied law and administration. He served under Gongshu Zuo, the prime minister of the state of Wei. Wei was powerful at the time, thanks to earlier legal reforms by Li Kui. Working inside the government, Yang closely observed how law could strengthen a state. He didn't just learn from Li Kui, he went further. On his deathbed, Gongshu Zuo warned King Hui of Wei, either appoint this man or kill him. If you let him go, he will serve another state. The king did neither. That mistake changed history. Around this time, Duke Xiao of Qin was openly recruiting talent. To most people, Qin was backward, even barbaric. But Shang Yang saw something else. In the central states, tradition had become a cage. In Qin, weakness meant opportunity. An underdeveloped state had fewer constraints, and that made it the perfect place for a radical experiment. So, in 361 BC, Shang Yang headed west, carrying Li Kui's Book of Law and far more radical ideas of his own. According to records of the historian, Shang Yang met Duke Xiao 4 times. The first 3 failed. He spoke of ancient ideals, moral rule, long-term harmony. The Duke wasn't interested. Then Shang Yang changed tactics. He spoke of power, of wealth, of military strength. That lit the fire. This was the beginning of the most thorough reform in Chinese history. The Duke rewarded him with the land of Shang. From then on, Wei Yang became known as Shang Yang. Shang Yang's reforms rested on 2 foundations: agriculture and warfare. First, he abolished aristocratic privilege. In its place, he created a system of 20 ranks of merit. Your birth no longer mattered. Only results did. Kill enemy soldiers. Earn promotion. Everyone became part of the system. Soldier or producer. Qin turned into a massive war machine. At the same time, farming and weaving were heavily rewarded. Produce more grain, and you avoided forced labor. In effect, Qin became a giant state-run farm, feeding a permanent army. The reforms worked. Qin grew rich. Qin grew strong. But the old aristocracy hated him. When Duke Xiao died, Shang Yang lost his shield. The new ruler ordered his arrest. Fleeing for his life, Shang Yang tried to stay at an inn. The innkeeper refused him. By Lord Shang's law, the man said, harboring a traveler without a permit is a crime. Shang Yang could only sigh. So I am punished by my own laws. He was captured and executed in the most brutal way, torn apart by chariots. The system survived. The man did not. Shang Yang's ideas lived on in the Book of Lord Shang. Unlike later Fajia Chinese legalists who focused on political tactics or ruler psychology, Shang Yang's thinking was blunt and extreme. One core belief defined everything: absolute rule of law. He famously wrote, "When the state is strong, the people are weak. When the people are strong, the state is weak." To him, the state and the people were in constant tension. A powerful state required unified thinking, total dependence, and single-minded focus on farming and war. To make this work, Shang Yang designed a system with no room for ambiguity. Laws had to be clear, public, known by everyone, even women and children. The famous moving the timber story wasn't a trick. It was proof that the law would be enforced exactly as promised. Punishment was severe. Minor offenses received heavy penalties. The logic was simple. Fear prevents chaos. Most important of all, rewards and punishments were unified. No one was above the law. When the crown prince broke the law, his tutor was punished instead, his face tattooed. The old noble order collapsed. Qin recognized only rules. In 1928, Dutch sinologist J.J.L. Duivendak published the first authoritative English translation of the Book of Lord Shang. This was more than translation. It was interpretation. Duivendak used English proverbs and natural phrasing to preserve the sharp tone of the original. For the first time, Western readers could truly grasp Shang Yang's ideas. The book was reprinted again and again. In 1998, 2003, and beyond, readers praised its historical value even when rejecting its brutal logic. Decades later, scholar Yuri Pines produced a new translation. Building on Duivendak's work, Pines made major advances. He smoothed the language, corrected earlier misunderstandings using new archaeological evidence, reconstructed the book's overall structure. With detailed introductions and annotations, he made the text accessible to modern readers. His translation quickly became a key reference in international sinology. The debate never ends. Was Shang Yang a pioneer of efficient government or the designer of tyranny? Perhaps both. He paved the road for Qin to unify China and planted the seeds of its rapid collapse. To understand Shang Yang is to understand a deeper force in Chinese history, a hunger for order in times of chaos, cold logic, total control, a system that works until it destroys itself. And that question still lingers today.